Hello, welcome to the weather update. It is a little after 7 p.m. on May 14th, 2020. I know I didn't do a weather update yesterday because it was such a beautiful day. I figured let me just take a break, but hopefully you got a chance to see the Pine Barrens video there. It was pretty amazing. So we're first going to look at the temperatures. This was around 4 o'clock this afternoon, and I just want to show you the difference here. Long Island on the left was around 60 degrees with the sea breeze, and then in New Jersey, around Tom's River, 72. Even though it was pretty windy there, the wind's coming off the land, so a lot warmer, of course, in New Jersey. So let's take a look at the satellite imagery here. Well, before I do that, let's look at some temperatures here across the area. So you see here the temperatures. We are generally in the upper 50s to around 60 on Long Island. South Shore maybe closer to mid 50s, and as we go into New Jersey, it's warmer there. You will see temperatures. If this would load here, we'll go in there, and you'll see temperatures into the mid 60s and even some upper 60s, especially once you head a little bit further inland there. Just warm, and the city was warmer too, of course. And if you go all the way to the East End, Montauk is 53. So let's go look at this map here. This is another map of our temperatures across the area. You'll see 55, so mid to upper 50s on Long Island, closer to 60 in Nassau maybe, and in Jersey you are the warmest, which is around 70. So we're going to take a look at some of the observations here and see what the highs were across the area today. I'm not going to put a map of the highs up. We'll just look at them. Right now it's 62 in Central Park, 59 at Farmingdale. Let's see what Farmingdale got up to. 63. Okay, we'll see what Islip got up to. 57. So it's 57 right now. Let's see what they got up to. They got up to 63. And it was pretty cold last night, too. It actually got down to 37 degrees. But yesterday was clear, completely clear, and we had just a beautiful day there, a clear day, and we were only around 50. It hit around 60 degrees. It was just a beautiful day, though. Very nice, dry air. And let's see how cold it got in the morning. 38 at Islip, because there were some records we're going to talk about, too. So let's look at West Hampton. So 55 at West Hampton right now. Let's see what the high was there today. 63. And let's see. Look at how cold it got overnight. 26 degrees. It dropped down to 26 degrees early this morning in West Hampton. We'll make that a little larger so you can see if you can't. 26 degrees right there was the low there at West Hampton. In the Pine Barrens, of course. It gets very cold there. So, and yesterday it was around 60 degrees. Let's see what it got down last morning. 37. So it was warmer yesterday morning because we had. I'm wondering if that was a record for the day. We'll have to see. We'll go look at Central Park. See what the high was in Central Park. Probably a little warmer there. Let's see. It got up to 67. And Tom's River, we know, broke 70. So we'll look at Tom's River as well. See how warm it got in Tom's River. As you know, it's always hotter in Tom's River. So it's 65 there right now. And let's see what Tom's River hit. 72. So 72 at Tom's River. So, yeah, much warmer in Jersey as expected. Let's go take a look at... all right, we're going to look at the Twitter because there was something on Twitter from the Weather Service about records being broken yesterday, I believe. So let's see. Let's see what we got. So this is the climate prediction. Right, they're showing this. You could see above average temperatures in the 8 to 14. So there's a good chance of that. So here are the two record lows that were. This was May 13th. So they were broken. JFK set a new record low of 41 degrees, breaking the old record low of 42. This was yesterday. And Bridgeport also set a new record low of 37, breaking the old record of 38 in 1967. So those are some of the records that were broken. Okay, so looking at the satellite, you can see we've had some high clouds on and off, but still a pretty decent day across the area today. Good deal of sunshine and a few passing high clouds. I mean, not as clear as yesterday, but still pretty decent. But you can see these clouds that are coming, they are from a warm front right here. So if you look on the weather map here, you'll see a warm front that is going to be approaching our area and bringing us much warmer weather by tomorrow afternoon. So we're going to go to the Storm Prediction Center as well and look at what happened here. We lost our overlay. There it is. My computer is just being screwed up. So you can see here, we're gonna have a slight chance of just thunderstorms for tonight. Let's look at the outlooks though. Let's look at the thunderstorm outlook. So I want to look at tomorrow's though. Where did they put tomorrow's? They keep changing this website around, making it hard to find stuff. I find. We need the day. Yeah, this is what I need. The day one, this is the day one convective outlook. That's what we're looking at. Let's look at day two because we may have. Look at this. This is tomorrow with that backdoor cold front that's going to come through. There may be just to our north an enhanced risk of severe weather. We're going to have to keep our eye on this because it's very warm and we have this backdoor front that's coming through. So let's take a look at the models and we'll show you first the upper air and we will go from there. So let's look at the North America view right here, and we will start with the upper air. So you see we still got that trough, we got the ridge building, and that ridge is going to build tomorrow. Then it gets knocked down a little bit by that backdoor front for Saturday. And then we got to watch next week. And this is, we've got this tropical system. You can see it right here. There hasn't been much consistency in the models, but we got this tropical system, and it's offshore. It looks like it's staying separate for the most part, but we have to watch this. There's going to be a cutoff low in the southeast, and depending on where that is, that could bring us a stretch of some miserable weather next week, depending on where that sets up. And then that moves out, and then we have some ridging building in the east, a little more ridging toward the end of the month there. Let's see what the euro looks like, because the models have been all over the place with this thing. So let's see what goes on next week. Let's see. There's that cut. It doesn't even form the tropical system, but you can see this cutoff low here. This is more in the southeast. Now this thing's been moving around a lot, because if I were to change the run, if I were to look at last night's run, you can look at the 18Z run from yesterday. It has just a teeny bit closer to us, so it's just kind of interesting to see. Let's see the 12Z. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Okay, so let's see what's going to be happening at the surface. Look at our surface map, and we'll take a look and we'll see what's going to be happening at the surface as we go into next week. Well, you know, let's do things chronologically here, and being that I'm over here, I'll just show you, and then we've got to focus on the severe weather chance for tomorrow. So there's that ridge, that high that's going to build in. This is the area of disturbed weather that the GFS wants to develop into something, and that brings it all. Look at that. I mean, it really wraps that thing up, but it stays. It looks like it stays offshore, but that thing really gets wrapped up. We'll just move over to the east here, eastern U.S. This is next week. So here's that cutoff low that we have, and that might keep a damp easterly flow over us. We may luck out, and the rain will be just to our south. Maybe we won't have to deal with the rain. We'll have to see what happens. But you can see this low here. That this is a tropical system here that is developing in May, which is crazy, but not a surprise because you have that above normal water temperatures. So we're gonna have to see what happens with this cutoff. Obviously, it's the storm hasn't even formed yet, but we have to wait until the storm forms, and we'll have to see what happens. It basically is an area of disturbed weather, and it comes up and it comes out over the Atlantic and develops into a tropical system, maybe even a hurricane. So that is something to see, and very unusual to say the least. So let's go a little closer into our area here, and we will look at tomorrow's severe weather risk, because we will be dealing with that risk tomorrow. And I looked at the NAM. I wasn't all that impressed with what I saw on here. So this is the NAM tomorrow. And you can see here comes that back. There's like a few showers in the middle. That's with the warm front, Warm front moves through. You can see now that we're in the warm sector now, so you can see that we are warm sectored, and the air, you could clearly see that warm front right here. Here it is, and here comes the warm air. So we're going to be dealing with that for tomorrow afternoon, and that's going to set us up for some instability in the afternoon. So here comes this backdoor type of front, and it's going to really take its time. But it seems like the NAM just kind of just weakens whatever activity, whatever there is. It has it just to our north, and it doesn't have us being affected. And then we try to push that front off to the south on Saturday, and hopefully Saturday is going to just be how much clouds do we get, and then Sunday we have to worry about that rain developing there, and then into Monday. And let's see, does the NAM show this tropical system? Curious if it shows the tropical system. Let's see if it does. There, yeah, it shows the area disturbed weather right here. Oh, what are you doing, computer? Let's see if it develops. It does develop it. It does. Yep. Okay, I was curious about that. Alright, so let's go back to our region here, and we'll look at the 3 kilometer, the higher resolution NAM. So you can see that area, showers and thunderstorms that might develop overnight. It has most of the activity off to our north. And then as far as tomorrow go, yes, here's that line. So it develops this line here, you can see, but then it just kind of fizzles. It fizzles just before it gets to us. I'm thinking that's because of a sea breeze. But to our north, this line could be intense, and that's why they have this enhanced risk in interior New England. That could be an impressive line, but then it kind of falls apart. We'll have to see what happens, but note that it doesn't really move through until after midnight. So this is going to be a slow mover, this backdoor front. It's going to be a slow mover, and we try to push it south of the area on Saturday. So how does this translate to the skies? And I will look at a couple of the other models. Well, yeah, I really don't have enough of those models in yet. So how does this translate to the side? That's really the model I like to use. So here's tomorrow. See, we got that warm front through. The sun comes out. It'll warm up. And then Saturday, we try to push that backdoor front. Maybe by late in the afternoon, maybe we'll get some sunshine. But we're going to have to see what happens. It all depends on how far that backdoor front gets. So I'm going to move this back to GFS, and we're going to start looking at the temperatures. And you'll see what's going to happen tomorrow as the temperatures rise. So this is tomorrow afternoon, and you will see well into the 70s, probably 80s in New Jersey. And I'm hoping there'll be a sea breeze. Let's look at the wind direction here. Yeah, it has a southwest wind, so hopefully that should, give us a sea breeze, hopefully. Of course, the most coolest temperatures will probably be on the South Shore. But most areas of the island should see 70s, probably mid 70s. And on the South Shore, probably upper 60s. And Jersey, you're going into the 80s. And then that backdoor, it's going to be a muggy night tomorrow night, too. And then that backdoor comes through, and it brings us some relief on Saturday. It's still going to probably be in the low 70s. And then for Sunday, it's cooler. And then we have to watch next week with that cutoff. And we'll have to see. You could kind of see, looking at this is Tuesday, that the sun would most likely be out over our area. And we'll have to see what happens with that. And actually, has it quite warm in all of New England. So we are cutting the flow from Canada off, and we will have warmer weather, though not as hot as originally. So tomorrow, we got that warm sector to deal with. Here's Saturday on the GFS. Tries to clear that out. And then this is next week. Still see a lot of clouds, so we're going to have to see what happens. We may still be dealing with clouds. I don't know. It might be overdoing the temperatures next week if we have that east wind. There's no way it's getting into the 70s. Let's go look at the dew points. That'll be the next thing we'll look at here, because we're going to be dealing with some humidity tomorrow too. So you'll see here comes the humidity, mostly over Jersey. We're going to have dew points going up into the 60s there, 50s for us. So it'll feel a little humid. And you can clearly see that backdoor front. So here you go, southwest winds, and they swing over to the north on Saturday. And look at that, some dry air comes in. You can see that humidity getting pushed to the south for Saturday. So I want to look at a couple of the other models here as far as the storms go for tomorrow. So let's look at that. Let's see. So this is tomorrow. So you see that little area, we're going to have some thunderstorms. I'm not really impressed with what I'm seeing for the night along the warm front. It's mostly the activity. It's just going to be the north, and then it's just going to kind of fizzle out, I think. We'll get some remnants of it late Friday night to Saturday morning. But I don't know. I'm not impressed with what I'm seeing here. All right, so let's go to windy.com, and we will go ahead and look at this model and see how the Euro handles the heat and the front. So first we'll look at the temperatures tomorrow, because I like this. It's got a higher resolution. You can really see. So you can really see this kind of shows where the temperatures are going to. So this is around 1 p.m. tomorrow. In my area, it has us getting to 78. That's going to be kind of hot. And if you're in Jersey, you're going to be up into the 82 degree range. But if you're on the South Shore, you'll be in the 60s. So I might have to go to the South Shore tomorrow. Tomorrow may be finally the day after months and months of not going there. I may have to go. So here's 3 p.m. We're still holding on to this. It's still kind of warm. Yeah, you know why? Because it's got kind of like a westerly kind of flow over our area, which is, sort of west-southwest flow. So you really need to get, on the South Shore when that happens. Here is 6 p.m., and it starts cooling. It still has us at 76, so it's still pretty hot. But on the South Shore, you're in the 60s, upper 60s, and you're still around 80 in Jersey. But when we go into Saturday, you will see it will be cooler. Yeah, it will be cooler. So Saturday, we have on the island probably around 70 degrees, a lot better. And even cooler in times because you're going to have that northeast wind that will be coming in and bringing some relief. And then Sunday will be still even cooler. So let's go back to Friday, 2 p.m., and we'll look at the dew points here on this just to illustrate the humidity. So, yeah, it'll be feeling a little humid tomorrow, I think. Here's 5 p.m. So you got a pretty strong southwest wind there. Maybe there'll be a decent sea breeze for us, maybe. This is 5 p.m. But temperature is still 76 in our area, so you can see it's still kind of got the heat hanging on in Nassau County. You really have to be on the South Shore. And all right, so now we'll go look at the clouds. So here are the clouds tomorrow. You see, once that warm sector comes, the sun will come out. We will. I think we'll have a decent amount of sunshine tomorrow. Once we're done with the clouds in the morning, and let's see what this does with the warm front. Do anything? Does a little something with it. All right. So let's see what we got for tomorrow night here. So here comes that front. So I'm trying to see what it does with the front. So there's the front. You can clearly see the front coming through. That's the backdoor front. But will it get far enough south? We might be able to get some clear weather in the afternoon. We might if we can push that front far enough south. But I'm not going to know until tomorrow, I think. So get ready for some heat tomorrow. All the more reason to be on the South Shore, I guess, which is where I might have to go, depending on how hot it gets. But it's going to be a little too hot. It's going to be hot tomorrow, so get ready for a little taste of summer tomorrow. Fortunately, it cools off again by Saturday. So that's going to be it for this weather update. Take care, and thank you for watching.